Well, a traveler's nightmare for more than 250 WestJet passengers stranded in London for nearly 60 hours after two flights were canceled. The 264 passengers were booked on a flight from Gatwick to Toronto on Saturday, but had the two flights canceled due to mechanical issues and only arrived at Pearson last night. Under European Union regulations, they should be compensated €600 per canceled flight, which is a little over $900. And under a WestJet international tariff rule, the airline is required to rebook passengers on flights of other airlines. But we spoke with one of those passengers who says WestJet refused to rebook them on other airlines and that they were misled, kept in the dark with little to no compensation.
I think what really breaks my heart is that forget about the time and the money of people that you wasted. You took moments away from people. WestJet took precious moments away from people. There were people who missed their parents' funerals because of this. Friends that were on their way to their best friends' weddings that missed this. Me, having a reunion after 6 months with my fiance. These are moments that you will never be able to get back.
And WestJet says the way it was handled was not up to their standards and they will be reviewing the process. The airline released this statement saying, "We understand the guests' frustration and remain committed to working with each of them to provide the appropriate compensation as per EU guidelines." From our streets this morning, Toronto police releasing the names of two men who were fatally shot at a home near Albion and Kipling on the weekend. One of the victims has now been identified as 20-year-old Patrick McKenna, the second as 40-year-old Dalbert Allison. They were both shot and killed early Sunday morning at a home in the Lightwood Drive and Sanigan Road area. Police say one of the victims was shot when he responded to someone knocking on the door of the house. So far, no arrests have been made. Toronto police are looking for two suspects after a double stabbing near the Eglinton West subway station. Officers found two male victims at a home in the Glenarden Road and Ridge Hill Drive area, but believe the stabbing happened at a nearby parkette. Their injuries are not life-threatening, and so far, there's no description of any suspects. Police are asking for the public's help in identifying a woman who died at Pape subway station on June 17th. Investigators have released these images of the woman who had the words "I love Kevorkian Dijanovic Kaluzia" tattooed on the upper left side of her back. She is described as white, 5 feet tall, 5 feet 4 inches tall, and around 145 pounds, with shoulder-length light brown and auburn hair. She was wearing a black tank top, black tights, and black high-heeled shoes with lace straps. Anyone with information being asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Well, Donald Trump telling his supporters the illegal migrant controversy has been good for his Republicans, and he's learned something from it. The president says he didn't think the photos and images coming out of the detention centers were as bad as everyone made it out to be. Trump reversed his tough stance on separating migrant parents from their kids after a huge uproar. Trump also describes how border facilities are nicer under his administration than they were under the former president's watch.
And what I learned is one thing. Our facilities are cleaner, better kept, and better run. That's the one thing I learned, okay? I saw that. But what we have is two extremes. And I liked it. I said, hey, this is fine for us. The Democrats want open borders. They want anybody they want, including MS-13, pouring into the country.
A top U.S. border official in Texas says under orders from the White House, he stopped criminal prosecutions against migrants who illegally come to the country with their kids. This seems to suggest the Republicans are reverting to the approach the Obama administration took when illegal immigrants showed up at the U.S. border. Well, 6:07 here on BT. We'll send it down to Mel and Frank next.